All right. Okay, we should be live. Okay. Make sure. Yes, we are. Fantastic. What is going on, all the people who are already here? Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for waiting. We appreciate it. I'm liking this new preview feature. Getting people in here so they don't miss anything is nice. I like that. What is going on, everybody? We got James Diamond here, Holy Hemorrhoids here, AT Field, Hugo. Got some fellas in the chat already. We'd like to see it. What's up? What's up? Can everyone hear me properly? I changed some mic settings, so let me know if it sounds good or bad. I tested it out myself earlier. Hopefully you should hear less. Huh?
With this camera?
How do you zoom out?
And I.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
you can, I mean, it depends on how far you're out currently right now. You got to open the camera software.
I'm looking at it.
And then there's a little thing that says FOV, field of view. It's like 90, 65, and 55, or 90, 75, and 65. Click into one, you should zoom you in and out. Make sure you're under the video section, not the camera section. What's up, Holy Hemorrhoids? How you guys doing? Hopefully my new mic settings will make it so there's less background noise. Oh, Cole fucked everything.
Hold on. I didn't just turn off my camera.
Yeah, you did.
Because I don't see this.
Why do you need it to reset? Why do you need to zoom out? You look fine.
Can't see my buddy.
Okay, yeah, we can though.
Not really.
Well, we can't see anything now.
Oh my lord, calm down.
Jeez. Just barely managed to finish Kid Amnesia before we started. Is that the video game or the album? I've never listened to it either.
The video game or the album?
What? You said there's a video game attached with it.
Yeah, but the Kid Amnesiac. I don't know. I've never heard somebody say the video game or the album.
But that's
Easy people.
exactly what I was talking about. The video game or the album.
I think he meant the album.
Okay, but they're both titled the exact same thing, so I don't know. Maybe he was playing the video game. How'd the Kid A stream go? It was great, AT Field. It was really. It's fine. You had to miss it. You missed it for a good reason. Hey, fuck you, Freed. I didn't do nothing to nobody. And it went great. We had our record amount of viewers. Radio DJing is surprisingly fun. I'm sure it is. All right, well, are we ready, boys? All right, Cole, you've got your...
So hard to get in this thing.
Bro, just lean him against the wall at this point.
He has a tail.
Put him on your lap.
Holy Lord. What's up, Rickster? How you guys doing? We're just waiting on Cole to situate his dinosaur. I'm leaning against a guitar. That's all right.
Very important stuff going on.
I don't want the guitar to fall over.
There we go. That works. There's 35,000 vinyl records and over 50,000 CDs in your college radio station's library. That is wild. All right. Let's get this rolling. I think we are ready to start. Let's go. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Three Idiots Talking Podcast. We are here with another paid album request. Thank you so much to our subscriber, Hugo, one of our mods. We really appreciate it. Today's album request that we are doing is 867 by This Is the Glasshouse. Now, I will be the first to admit, I don't think any one of us know anything about this album. This is brand new. It came out last year in 2024. 10 songs, an hour and 9 minutes deep. Cole is struggling to get situated properly for this video, but that's fine.
God, you're being whiny today.
And you're really, really loud. Jesus. You're being a little whiny today. Anyway, This is the album 867. I know nothing about this other than it is a post-rock / art rock album. According to some websites that have, I guess, Reddit says this is a British artsy rock scene with an absolutely wild prog rock, post-rock, and gets into prog jazz and Midwest emo. And then the website bandcamp.com says it's professionally dubbed brown tapes and a clear... Oh, it's just talking about the album itself. Anyway, point being, there's very little information about this album other than what Hugo has told us, which is basically that he knows it's the hometown of the band and it's changed over time his perspective of the people who live there from this band. So we know really little about this album. There's very little information online. The band itself, the Glasshouse, has 4,600 monthly listeners. So they're not very popular. This album doesn't seem to be very popular, but I think that's one of the reasons why he wanted us to do it, to give it some popularity and see what we think. So not a whole lot else, much to do. What?
We're gonna give it some popularity.
Yeah, we're gonna
throw it out there. Let people hear it. Not much else to say, really. Other than post-rock art rock album, which should be right up Cole and Noah's alley. So we'll see how we feel. You guys, I gotta start the jam first. But you guys ready?
Uh-huh.
All right, let me drop the jam link and we will get started.
I saw it had a comparison to Black Country New Road, so I'm very excited to see that.
Big comparison for Noah there. Okay. It's still on the Rate Your Music Top 50 of last year. Was it really? I never saw this. Okay. I thought it must have been later in the year then, because we did the Rate Music Top 50 albums last year. I don't remember this one.
All time.
That would be all time, not for last year.
Okay. Wow, you guys are just in a salty mood today. I don't know what is with them. All right, let's get started. 867. This is the Glasshouse with Streetlight by Streetlight.
Such a bitch.
Does this album have lyrics?
I was born covered mossy, molded, torn, falling head first into war. In spring the light stays a little longer than before, unknowable by day, but you can feel it when it's gone. If only you could say it now, the things your tongue could tell to me, the poems your eyes could write out and burned in effigy. Though I am old, 50 since I touched ground, I can scarcely hear your sound. But in another life, long lost brothers, into a vision, streetlight by streetlight, tangled by antlers and wires. Could it be different this time, from a dream? About the sound of your call, I awoke in fever for the call. All the lights dim, a little darker than before, remarkable to most, although I've seen it all before. And when I'm out of things to dream of, I pretend to be somebody else. I pretend to be a person, anything I tell myself. And if you could run away, how beautiful you'd look when the brain betrays the mind, undoing what was untold. 50 years of watching people, but it's who I've watched the most. No time, no voice to tell you the only thing I know. I miss you.
Ooh.
I need to let you know.
Okay. That was Streetlight by Streetlight. I have absolutely no idea who wants to start this one.
Me.
Oh, all right, Noah. You're up.
Oh man, there must be something in the water over there, making all these really good post-punk bands. I knew when I heard Black Country New Road influence, I was
Post-punk?
instantly gonna
Do you mean post-rock?
what? No, this is like this is post-punk revival.
I would
No,
thought
it
this
is
was
not.
art rock.
Absolutely not post-punk at all.
That's what I think. Well, anyway,
Okay.
I'll continue.
Okay, continue.
When I heard Black Country New Road influence, I was instantly expecting a violin and a saxophone. I was right. A lot of instrumentation going on here. Heard a harpsichord at one point. Heard it's a regular keyboard. Got a great drum solo. I think this song is really just them showing what they can do instrumentally. It was arranged really well. I thought it was like they did a great job just having moments letting each individual person shine while also keeping up really good grooves. This is a good song. It's a bit of a banger. That's a 8 to an 8.5.
Ooh. Cole?
I don't really know where you're getting the post-punk on this at
Yeah, I'm not
all,
seeing that
really.
either.
If I were to compare this to anybody, I mean, yeah, there was definitely some Black Country New Road influence there. But the other one that I picked up on was, especially the first half of this did sound a lot like some Black MIDI to me, but like turned down quite a bit, just like a less aggressive version of Black MIDI. Almost to a point where I kind of felt like they were just ripping them off a little bit, which I didn't love.
Wow.
I don't know. The first half just felt a little too discombobulated for me, just structurally. The second half, little jam section they did was really good, but I wasn't a crazy big fan of the first half. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this guy's vocals. I'm feeling a little iffy on him right now, but we'll see how that goes for the rest of the album. I'll throw it a 6.5 to a 7.
6.5 to a 7. Okay. So the one thing I did want to praise this song for was the lyrics. They were very interesting to read along with. Obviously, we've never heard this, so I have no idea what to expect going into this, but the lyrics at the start, at least on this song, were very interesting. A lot of different talk about, at least, I mean, I always find these post-rock, art rock albums very hard to follow along lyrically because it's almost all entirely a personal story that they are dealing with in some form or fashion, and they don't really go super in-depth about it to make it explainable to the public. So it's hard to follow along, but it's still an interesting read nonetheless. One thing I agree with Cole is the first part was not for me. Didn't really enjoy it. But the second part of the instrumental was really well done. It sounded like a orchestra type of, like a horn section at an orchestra, which was fantastic. I love that. The things I didn't like were probably the singer that much. He's got a very northwest coast or northwest Seattle, Oregon vibe to him vocally. Not my favorite sound from the vocal perspective. I know what you're gonna say, Noah. That's where Kurt Cobain came from. I know what you're gonna say. Yes, but Kurt Cobain had a rock noise to him. This guy does not. He sounds very hippie-esque, if that's a word, which it probably isn't. But not my favorite vocal tone. It sounds very, I don't know, just shallow, I guess is the right word. We'll see if it changes, if he adjusts it, but I have my doubts. I'm going to go, I like the instrumental. Solid 2.5 minutes of instrumental there. I'm going to agree with Cole, but mainly just the 6.5 side. Also, this is just a genre of music that is hard for me to love right away, so we'll see. All right, let's see. We can hear the BC&R saxophone. I don't know who BC&R is, unless I do. And it's
Oh
just
my god.
New Road.
Black
Yeah.
Country New Road. Got it. Okay, fantastic. Barely listened to them at all. I know Noah is huge on that band, though. I think, Cole, you enjoy them too, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. AT Field gives it an 8. Some of those drum and breaks were so dang tasty. Production was great. Production was really, really good. You could hear everything very well.
Where should you start with Black Country New Road?
Oh boy.
That's the
Ants
debut.
from Up There.
I mean, there's only 2 albums, so.
I'd start Ants from Up There.
The one video we did a recording of, Noah, that I lost. Really
Yeah.
unfortunate. We have done an Ants from Up There recording. We'll probably have to redo it one day, but I did unfortunately lose that. Technically, I didn't lose it, but it's on a hard drive that I just simply don't have access to right now.
You can start with the debut if you want. It's a little bit crazier. But they're both really good. So either of them I think are a good pick.
Rickster gave it a 9. Hugo, starting off with a massive bang on it. Instrumentation is spectacular and the lyrics are super well written. Lyrics also set up the themes of the album beautifully. 9.5. Big fan. Okay. All right. Well, moving on to the Before Machinery. Man, that is one thing these bands gotta start doing. Throw your damn lyrics on Spotify, boys.
Precise decimal. Before computers could process work for statisticians, in the time of sticks and animals, the moon was the only perfect circle, flawless in its pure untouchability. But now, with satellites and telescopes, you can see the ridges and craters that roughen what was once round and perfect. Thousands of impacts revealed along the face was turned into a thick piece of rock in outer space. When I was young, I understood so little about myself. And though I am smarter now, I am marveled by less of the world. Where things are gained, something else must also be lost. A great demystifier.
That's a weird collection.
I mean, I feel like hard rock can encompass classic rock and a whole other bunch of stuff, so.
Ants doesn't have their best song. Gonna have to disagree. So for the first time, it has their second and third best song.
Before things can be recorded anywhere and at any time, and before pavement covered a third of your city, in the time of deadly medicine, steppers were the only proof of war. They told truth, the future, and the past of all people. But now the sum of all knowledge sits within a space. Few true unknowns, unprovable and unfalsifiable. The stars now decorated by science and math, turned into hydrogen and helium gas.
What's up, Rose?
There's an airplane red that crashed head first into the west side of the bay. A DC-3 that fell out of the sky now
Plus,
patiently
like,
sat
into a generation.
and blew it up into bits of electronics.
There is some
and
palpable
spun around and made it
slips.
twisted, unscrappable. A stalk of weeds growing over.
Second part sounds so slinky.
A patch of grass breaking through a rural tennis court. The marks of horses' hooves in Victoria City asphalt. A rock-shaped hole in Chicago concrete sidewalk.
This guy is.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
I fantasize about my house
song about Charlie XCX at number 1. I am thinking basketball shoes. Sunglasses second place. Questions now.
I don't know what to ask about this album. I have no idea about this genre. I just don't know. You can make the question.
I don't know why he even opened besides the words.
There are certain things about some artists that make it pretty obvious.
Right,
And I'll get my reasoning why, what? I don't know why it's weird out loud this thing is.
Where do you think Godspeed is from?
I think they're at least their lead singers from America.
Their lead singer?
Godspeed?
Godspeed, you'd like Emperor. They have a lead singer?
Oh, you know, I'm thinking of that different band.
Who are you thinking of?
Hey man, somebody had to sing, what do we do with the baby?
Were you thinking about Swans?
No. Well,
No idea.
I'll figure it out in a minute. No. I'm thinking of
I don't even think Ephraim has ever sung ATV. Oh, Phil.
Who sung on Like It Tends to Happen?
It's not Ephraim.
I don't know who it is.
It's like, it's not him. I gotta remember his name. It's not him.
My apologies. I was thinking of the Mount Erie singer. That guy, I could guarantee know exactly where he grew up and where he's from.
Where?
Definitely the Northwest. 100%. Easily.
I don't know. Never looked it up.
You can just tell with the lyrics.
Where is Godspeed from?
I honestly don't remember.
You had to guess.
Oh, God. A top 2 picks would be somewhere in Britain. They're not Canadian. They're just not Canadian. They don't sound Canadian. I mean, maybe a couple band members are.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow your mind real quick.
Yeah, they're Canadian, aren't they?
They're Canadian.
Okay, whatever. They don't sound Canadian at all. Then again, they don't really.
I don't know what it means to sound Canadian.
If he sang more, maybe I could tell. It's mainly about the vocals.
There's no
and the lyrics.
singer in the band.
I'm saying if they sang more, I could tell. It's about the
All right,
vocals.
let's talk about the song.
All right, yeah. Before Machinery. So let me go first here because I'm starting to see a pattern. Now, it's only 2 songs out of 10 we're deep so far, but I'm starting to see a very pattern. We get about 4 minutes of instrumental with vocals, lyrics, and all that. And then what seems to be a regular pace song. And then another half of the second half of the song, and I don't know if this will be the rest of the album, the second half of the song is just an instrumental that seems to be very enveloped with the theme of the album. Now, lyrically, I did not like this very much. I do not like his vocals very much. I don't like the way he sounds hardly at all. That's personal preference. I just don't like the way most Northwestern people sing. All right, that's why I'm not a huge fan of the Mount Erie singer either. I'm not. I've admitted this before.
One of the most inoffensive voices
I
ever.
just don't like the way they sound. I also think lyrically this is a bit pretentious. He's got a thing he's very passionate about, clearly. I don't care about what he's talking about at all. So to me, the lyrics mean nothing. That being said, at least he's actually talking about something, unlike some of the albums we reviewed recently where they just spew out lyrics with no direction and no theme. That's interesting. Not a huge fan of how long this is. Probably about 2 minutes too long. The instrumental kind of just weird away as it went on. It didn't entice me. I was listening to it and there was no reason for me to stop and really dig into it. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 6. Not a huge fan of this style of music, but I'm not gonna count this album out yet. We're only too deep. Noah.
We're getting a little slinty. Especially the vocals. We're going more into the spoken word than the other one. The other one was a little more singy. And then we're talking about like the geometrical measurements of the moon and things like that. But yeah, it's getting a little silly. Until it wasn't silly anymore. He started talking like his house. Fucking getting overgrown by the earth.
Yeah, that was a pretentious line.
I'm liking the builds, or the way that they like build tension into these bigger, more aggressive parts in the tones. I'm a big fan of the tones. I think they're doing a pretty good job pacing wise so far. I like the first song a little more. I would give this a 7.5.
Cool.
I like this song more than the first song
Okay.
because I thoroughly enjoyed the build at the end. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I mean the first half with his like borderline spoken word stuff was a little not my thing really because it was a little too Spiderland for me. But I thought the build was pretty cool. I thought it had some really cool moments in it, even for as chaotic as it was. Although that one is 7.5.
So one big problem I'm having with this so far is that I hear lots of different noise, instruments being played, very well produced. It sounds very well produced, at least to me. But I don't see a direction these songs seem to be going. The build you guys are talking about, it didn't really have a finish to me. It didn't have a progression and end, so I couldn't really enjoy it that much. That's one of the things I think Godspeed is expert at, is they give you a big, long build, but there's a finish to it. They give you a reward for going 20 plus minutes with them. Love that. Okay, let's see. We have 7.5 out of 10 from AT Field. Godspeed is from Quebec. French Canadian is still Canadian. I know it's like Quebec and Montreal and those places. I'm aware. Canadians don't do post-rock. They're too nice for that. I'm sure there are some Canadian post-rock bands.
Yeah, I'm sure
Godspeed.
too.
Before Machinery is a 2. Horrible compared to the first song. Wow, Rickster, that's brutal. I do not hate Canadians, for the record. I'm just not a huge fan of their artists. I'm sorry. I just don't like the way they
How
sing.
many Canadian artists can you name?
Quite a few, actually.
Go.
Tate
Okay.
McRae, Justin Bieber, the Godspeed, I guess.
Tom McDonald.
Is he actually Canadian?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. There's 4 right there.
No Neil Young.
I didn't know Neil Young was Canadian. I thought he was from America.
There you go.
Oh, this is America.
One of the weaker tracks for me. Lyrics do get a little pretentious and goes on a little to instrumental still banging. Hugo gives it an 8, maybe 7.5 to 8. And this is my top song on this record. Crazy. Wow, Isaac. I did not.
We
Okay.
didn't even say Rush.
Rush.
How could we?
I also
no.
didn't know Rush was Canadian. A lot of
What?
Canadian
I feel like- I
bands
feel like-
I am not a
I
fan
feel like
of.
they're
A
aggressively
lot of
Canadian.
Canadian artists I'm not a fan of.
Oh no, it's Mike Moya who sings.
Arcade
at the
Fire
end of
is
Dead
Canadian.
Thank you.
Oh, it's Celine Dion. Jeez, the list of Canada artists I do not like is going longer and longer every time people.
You don't like Godspeed?
You don't like
I
Arcade
like
Fire?
Godspeed and
They were the
Arcade
third.
Fire. There's not a whole lot. There's a couple.
Do you-
What?
You know who Arcade Fire
I've heard
is?
one of their albums. They I don't remember the name of it, but I do know I've heard one of their albums.
Okay.
All right, up next we have Southpaw. Let's. I'm fingers crossed. I'm not giving up on this album yet. I think this could have potential, but I hope we get some more interesting lyrics. Southpaw,
Thank you, Alex. How can we forget?
and of course the
Drizzy.
Six God himself.
I was running
Six with my hose.
I don't think that's the lyric.
No,
right?
it's not. It's
Woes.
woes, but I think woes is so stupid that I always think of
Drake
the
is the
hose.
woeful.
It's a chill melody. Is The Weeknd from? I thought he was from LA.
No, he's Canadian.
It's just that list
I just got off
getting
the
longer.
phone with you just to see how you've been.
Oh boy.
'Cause I've been
This might be the emo part they were talking about.
set reminders of
Midwest emo is what one person called some of this.
I had a dream that you had died, and I returned from the war.
He's singing pretty well.
My favorite place had come undone. Your leave undoing the core.
I like the melody.
A year ago, I wrote a song about myself addressed to you. Then August came and showed it.
Why are we dual vocaling right now?
Why not?
Because it don't sound good.
Every choice I make reflects a piece of your design.
Oh.
For better or for worse, I will
I have no idea what Midwest emo is. That's just what somebody said on Reddit. Yes, of course, Nickelback. How could we forget them? Oh, wait. Because I hate them. Probably my most normie opinion on the planet is that I hate Nickelback.
Forget they're Canadian, because they feel really American. Like American butt rock.
So does Neil Young.
What?
I think Neil Young
Just mean
sounds
that he
entirely-
sounds American.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was calling Neil Young butt rock.
No, I
Fuck.
said Neil Young sounds insanely American. Great horn in the background. Maybe I spoke too soon.
If this is what it takes for you to understand, just make the present there. If I could write a song to tell you
It's a very bold
what it
take.
means to me.
Almost feels like you know
The room is spinning faster every year, but you're still here. So as it lasts, I will always call to tell you when I'm coming home.
Big muted trumpet guy.
All right. That was Southpaw. Let's start Cole. Cole, you had a very big reaction at the start of the song.
Yeah, I didn't like the start at all. It definitely saved itself from like a pretty bad rating at the end, but
Completely agree.
I didn't really like his vocals at the beginning. They sounded awkward, and just like I don't know, it didn't really sound like he knew what he was doing vocally. And I did not like the lyrics either. I thought they sounded corny as hell at the beginning. So
August is falling. That's a heck of an inside joke.
okay. But for some reason, these songs all seem to start out kind of whatever to me, or I just have some sort of problem with the start of all these songs. But the ending of these songs is usually pretty good. It's definitely better than the first half.
Completely agree with that opinion.
I don't really know why that's the case, but it's 3 for 3 so far.
I think there's a factor that happens. Continue.
But I'll definitely think this is the weakest one so far. I'll throw it a 5.5 to 6.
So yeah, I'm gonna agree with what Cole said. But except not the vocals. The melody was fine to me. It was the lyrics that were terrible to me on this one. I assume this is the Midwest emo song, as Reddit put it, lyrically speaking. I don't really think the instrumental is very emo at all. Then again, I don't really know what a Midwest emo instrumental sounds like, so I have no idea what to expect there. What I was going to say, I agree with you, Cole, is that the common factor is so far in these songs is the second half or the last part of the song way better than the first half / first part of the song. And I think that's because the guy stopped singing and he just lets the instrumentals flow. And when he does that, there's been some really cool instrumentals, some good horn effects. I like some different things on it. If this is going to be a hard album to get through if the vocalist continues the whole album without like 1 or 2 instrumental only songs. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 5. Noah.
I know who I'd rather hear this than. Lou Reed. I'd rather listen to this guy sing than Lou Reed.
Oh my lord, we're not doing that right now, man.
Anyway, vocally, I think he improved as the song progressed. I think he got better. Instrumentally, I think it did the same exact thing. I think I'm seeing a theme as where the songs get better as they progress, and especially near the end. Like this time, got like a nice little muted trumpet solo. I thought it sounded very good.
Is that what that was? A muted trumpet?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Big fan of that. I like the song just a little bit better than Before Machinery.
Wow.
I'll give it an 8.
Wow. Wow.
I like
Okay.
this type of music.
Yeah, clearly. Okay. All right, let's see. Nickelback over to Beatles. That is a very interesting take, Holy Hemorrhoids. I'm sure that's legit. Bold, interesting take. This is very Arcade Fire, actually, in a good way. Muted trumpets are bass. 3 for Southpaw. Vocals are off. Ends are better than beginnings. Agreed, Rickster. The ends have been far better. Instrumental density is always very good, but it lacks the melodies. Yeah, that's been a problem so far. This was a little bit melodic at the beginning, but then he trailed off. There's been very few melodies in this song so far. Not a whole lot to talk about from a melody perspective. AT Field gives it a 7. Noah or Cole, one thing I wanted to say before we started, one of you come up with a poll and put it in there, because I have no idea what to do for a poll on this type of album. So you guys know post rock and art rock better than I do. So
Am I able to post a poll?
yeah, just click the plus sign and click start a poll.
Go for it.
That would imply that I see a plus sign.
Do you not have a plus sign? You should be a mod. So Noah, do you have a plus sign?
No.
Can it seriously only be the person who... All right, send me a poll to post then. All right, Hugo, 7.5 to 8 here again. I agree the vocals are kind of shaky in the beginning and do get better over time instrumentally as well. And Before Machinery is definitely an 8 now I think about it. Fair enough. All right, up next, January. Oh, 10-minute song.
10-minute-er.
Wow. It's going to be a hard album to get through on YouTube, because YouTube hates it when you do the super long songs. They don't really care about the album length. They care about songs that drag on.
Uncontrollably spilling out. Like opening a
Oh
bottle upside
no,
down.
more spoken word.
And at first, it just drops on the hand, but quickly becoming unmanageable as I spill and sink into the ground.
Oh, we're cooking.
Wow.
The mound of impressions where I exist to all others are bashed in any shape that I
Oh, that's a
choose.
bad
And I may
filter.
spit and belch at you, I may yell and scream at you, swing my fists at
What's up,
you.
Pikachu? This is the best song on the album if you're not a coward.
Cross my legs and shave my face.
How are you a coward for rating music?
Oh, to please you.
Oh, this is so up Noah's alley. What's up, Icy Room?
When I was walking home that night, I saw On the eve of my 20th birthday, I dreamt of myself in all his glory, and I saw him spill into
Absolutely not.
a substance supreme.
This is what pisses me off so
Fire
much.
falls out of the gut, and left without enough space is spilled onto my Chinese acrylic sweater.
I forgot to scroll down. My fault. Chinese
Awesome.
acrylic sweater.
So,
That's so cool.
fucking annoying.
This is so
And all of
pretentious.
my friends
My
do.
Chinese acrylic sweater.
That's so funny.
This is what I'm talking about when I say like it's the most pretentious shit of all time lyrically when you do spoken
As
word.
an anecdote to your group of friends on a Friday night. And I want to be less man and more myth to them. I want my existence to make you comfortable. I want to build you up as the man you've always been. I dote on like a child. And I lust for like a dog.
Oh my god, just go be a poet in some fucking jazz club.
Oh yeah.
I want you to be confident in your beliefs. I want you to maintain an outward perception. And I want your touch not like gripping hot plated metal and back again. And I follow like a small pet and do whatever can be done to make it whole. A rubber stamp in the back of your head as they roll.
Oh my god, he talks a full song. Oh, boy.
No, I have not.
This is Noah core, clearly.
It's really good.
This build is a little different.
The hardest kept secrets are the ones that make your friends think silently. The ones that surprise you as they fall out of the mouth.
I hate that the instrumental is good because it's the only thing keeping me even halfway interested in the song.
And I want them to know.
I'm reading these lyrics. This is up there in top tier pretension levels right now. It's a cool ass melody though, essentially. I like it. A little basic though.
I get excited when all the lights are turned off. I get excited when I leave the shower door unlocked. I get excited when the blinds are left a little open. I get a feeling swept into the darkest corner. I get excited when I look through open windows. I get excited when I look in the mirror at night. I get excited when I can see what is not known. I get a feeling pushed behind the closet door. I get excited when I drink to total blindness. And I get excited when I'm in a stranger's home alone. I get
What the
excited
fuck?
when all foreign eyes are watching me. I get a feeling learned to be ignored. And I like it when you don't know my leanings. And I like your face when I let you know. I like it when I'm unsure of your intentions. I like this feeling left on the bathroom floor.
Right answer. He's getting excited when his door is open.
I want the validation of people who don't respect me. I want to consume the love of someone who I can control. I want to be assumed a seasoned sex machine. I want this feeling
Seasoned
thrown
sex
into the bottom drawer.
That is one of the worst lines I've ever heard.
And I hate it when you mention sex from your past. I hate that I cannot tell you how I really see you and what is focused on at a glance. And I want you to call me and ask me to help you move. I want you to plainly describe our many encounters. I want to know the layout of your house like my own. Anything I can do to make it last. And I get excited when I fantasize about your stories. I get excited when I'm playing a supporting role. And I get excited at the thought of sleepless evenings with you. Anything to fill the hole. The week after my 21st birthday, I had a second dream where I maintained the look of the man I was built up to be. But 6 to 8 months began to shift the golden tides against what needed to be true to save my last remaining pride. And now anticipating my own impending anecdote that I can reference and compare with friends more apt. And with my own two hands, I cast alone as I prepare for the first step of my newest act. I want to be taken suddenly without warning. I want to be overpowered and to lose control. I want you to treat me like one of your many past lovers. I want you to be obsessed with me all on your own. And I want to drink with you at night and let one or two slip. I want you to look at me and not say another after that. I want to show you new things that I barely know about. I want to take you anywhere that I can.
I guess I'll go first.
All right, that was
Oh,
January.
actually, positive. Oopsies. Whatever.
No, you called first. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I'll be the good guy. First off, I'm liking how much I'm enjoying it and how much Ryan is hating it. That's such an enjoyable experience. I'm sure you understand that, Cole.
Oh yeah.
It's good.
You go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to the restroom while you two finish your opinions on this. I'll be 2 seconds.
This guy fucking loves Black Country New Road. This guy fucking loves them so much.
She decided to try to beat them.
That's kind of what I'm getting. Or he's trying really hard to be Isaac Wood. Or he
And the
writes
guy
he's
from
like
Slint.
where he writes he's like very, very like very open lyrics about himself, like maybe a little too open.
Yeah.
Which is what Isaac Wood kind of does.
Cringy.
Which it comes off cringy, but I do also appreciate it, just being completely genuine on a song. It's good. The instrumentals are really, really good. I thought the instrumentals were great and really kept the song moving forward. He's not a great singer, but I like when he gets very passionate and into it. I mean, he ain't no Isaac Wood, but he's carrying it along enough for me to really enjoy the really good instrumentals. That's an 8.5. I'm a fan.
Mm.
I know how you guys aren't going
I'll
to
go
feel it.
last.
All right.
With frail hands, she grips the NutriBullet. Damn right, she did.
Yeah. The instrumental was cool. It was good. It had a lot of really cool guitar playing on it. It was decently unique. I mean, it kind of has the same progressions as a band like Black Country New Road, but what they're playing is pretty unique. I wouldn't say that they're copying them that much instrumentally. However, vocally and lyrically, it's pretty, to my ears, is pretty much just Walmart brand fucking, what the guy's name is, Isaac Wood or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much just Walmart brand him. I really cannot. It's just like that and or Spiderland by Slint, and I really am not a particularly big fan of Spiderland by Slint. It's okay, but this is just so. I don't know. It's just the lyrics just come off as really cringy to me. Maybe they're too revealing and just like weird. It's like, why would you? I don't know why you would think someone would want to hear these things. But I don't know. It just reads as kind of arm 14, and this is deep. Like, calm down, man. Jeez. Hey, fucking relax, bro. This is too much. So yeah, I'm really split because I really like one part of it and I really don't like another part of it. I'll go with like a 6.
Well, Noah, you definitely stated it right. This is pretty much everything I despise about the post/art rock genres.
Oh my god.
In one thing, I hate spoken word for the most part. I've really never heard a spoken word song I enjoyed. I was right about this singer. I think he's getting worse vocally as the album continues going on. I despise the decision he makes to start screaming out these words as it progresses through. I hate that. The lyrics are just awful. I don't need to know about your sexual kinks and fantasies. It's disgusting and it's really weird to see on the lyrics. And you're telling me about how like submissive and how much you want to be dominated. This is weird, bro. I'm not interested at all. The progression of this was really the only thing, instrumentally was the only thing that saved the song from being like a 2 or lower. I hate everything about this guy vocally. I just despise it. He is like, if you put everything I've always talked about in the post-rock genre/art rock genre together from a vocalist perspective, this guy is just hitting all the things I despise. Yeah, this is going to be like a 3.5. The instrumental is the only thing that saved it from being like a 1 or a 2, really. And I'll go 3.5 to a 4 because I don't necessarily know. It's awful. I hate that so much what he's doing here. And it was 10 minutes too. That was the bigger problem. Like, the instrumental was cool. I was keeping me interested a little bit, but every time he opened his fucking mouth, I just wanted to fucking hit him so hard. It was so just aggravating to me to listen to. Okay, and yes, I know we have probably some fans in here who are big fans of This is the Glasshouse, and I apologize. It's just not my genre style of the way this guy's singing. Angelic to the Core by Corey Feldman is better than this shit. I haven't heard that, but I've heard it's horrible. So
It's not.
It's not horrible.
It's
Oh,
no.
it's not better.
Angelic to the Core is very much horrible. It's not better than this.
Yeah, the singer relates to metalcore for me, my taste. AT Phil gives it an 8 though. Wow, okay. I threw with a 2.
It borders on emo too much vocally.
Isaac
It's just blech.
Bounce, I hope I said your name. 9. Pikachu with a 10. Wow. January, a big fat 0 from Rickster. Roadkill gives it a 10. First half was actually better this time. Yeah, this actually was one of the few songs on this album that has gotten worse as it progressed. Brian, how's this compared to Pink Floyd's A Spanish Tune? That was one of the worst songs I've ever heard, ATP. This was better than Spanish Tune. Spanish Piece. Yeah, that was awful. 7 for Pinster for the parts without the awful vocals, but you have to count the vocals, so you have to include that. We'll call the singers at least 50. We're going up, but still not leaving the ground yet. Lyrics are a bit much, like you say, but like you said, the instrumentals continue to be the fantastic 8 to 8.5. Ryan, hate the vocals of post-rock. Post-rock typically has no. I hate the vocals that this guy does, and I've heard this on a couple other albums in the post-art rock genre, the spoken word stuff. I've heard this like once or twice in this genre, and yeah, I know post-rock typically doesn't have lyrics, but I have heard this type of stuff before, and yes, it doesn't really matter though. It's spoken word I hate. I just pisses me off. If you want to go do that shit, like be a fucking poet at some like jazz club. That's clearly what you're into.
I
mean,
just don't know why you can't sing it.
yeah,
Why can't you sing
why
it?
can't
This
you
is
sing it?
music. We're here for you to
why
sing.
am I
if
hearing?
if you're gonna open your mouth on a song, I don't know why you wouldn't sing. That's kind of the point.
I'm okay with spoken word.
No, it's
Yeah, I know.
just awful.
I
Spider-Man's
don't
pretty
understand.
All right,
I don't. It sounds so pretentious.
fingers
Sounds
crossed.
so douchey.
This gets better. We'll start with up next. We have 7 bass / Lorne. In my opinion, it's better. I know Noah's enjoying it quite a lot. So, oh, this is just an instrumental. I might actually enjoy this one. Godspeed with a substantial lead in our greatest post-rock band of all time.
Fucker. Oh hell yeah, we got sleigh bells.
Oh my god, I just realized the actual This Is the Glasshouse band just retweeted our stream and said someone is live stream reacting to my record right now. Oh man.
You feel bad, Ryan, for being a dick?
No, I'm sorry if I don't like
I don't
it.
think he's being a dick. He's being honest.
Yeah,
Well, they
it's being
deleted the
honest, dick.
retweet, so
That's okay.
they did
You don't
delete
think
the
he's
retweet.
being honest?
I'm sorry if I don't like it. I'm one person. They deleted the
Man.
retweet though, so. Oh well.
Yeah.
You think he started watching and heard Ryan's reaction
Well,
to
it's
it? Was
been
like,
5 minutes ago that he retweeted. I just checked now. So.
where the hell they find out about that?
Well, I added their Twitter account. I had all the
Oh.
artists' Twitter
I
accounts.
feel so bad now.
That'll do. I know.
Why? You didn't say that.
You've been praising them, Noah.
I know, but I'm still part of it. Technically.
I'm one person. I don't think they're gonna care about one person. Opinion.
Dude probably put so much work into this, and here's Ryan just like, this is fucking awful. This is terrible too.
I can give it a 2.
Wow. I know. Just,
That's the first song I even gave Lorne a 6. Exactly, holy hemorrhoids. If I was lying and just sucking their dick, then why would anyone watch our channel? I didn't even know they
Well, yeah.
retweeted it.
I know. That's just, ooh, that's brutal.
It's just pure
AT
honesty.
Field, I just went with like the 4 that came to my mind first. So I just wanted to put those up there. I mean, I've heard the name of that band before, but I don't listen to them. I just went with the big 4.
It would be a worse thought. But it's just a little funny and brutal at the same time that he saw it. Deleted the retweet. Like, just damn. Feel bad for the guy.
I mean, that makes sense how we start getting a whole bunch of This the Glasshouse fans in our chat randomly.
We had 30 people watching. I was like, why the hell do we have 30 people watching this? That's so weird. This band is so obscure.
Random This the Glasshouse fans that join off of their retweet.
We still currently have way more people watching than I thought we would.
Especially with a band with less than 5,000 monthly listeners. Tom York retweeted your stream but heard
Oh,
Cole's
did
opinion and-
That's a real shame. Brutal.
And Cole
I'm
be
sure
like,
Tom
well,
York spends a
tough
lot of time
shit.
on Twitter.
For the record, this is the Glasshouse. If you're here and listening,
Hi.
hello. Nothing against you personally.
Y'all are doing just fine.
This is good.
Overall, y'all are doing just fine.
Just had one song I didn't like. That's all.
Weird album. little curious as to how a band like Country New Road gets to the level of popularity that they're at, even though they're not like a mainstream band. They're still pretty big, but then a band like this is like doesn't get any traction at all. They're not that big. Style is.
Okay, that was 7 Bass / Lorne. However, before we do that,
Noah, I am so confused.
before we get into this,
Yeah.
boys, I just want to throw this up there. I was checking the Glasshouse Twitter account. I gotta really understand something here. This person or this band or a group or whoever runs their Twitter account said that we were being homophobic to them, which I don't understand how that happened at all.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, but I'm a little confused on
I
that.
I wasn't
I
even
don't get it.
aware.
I
I
don't
had
really
no fucking clue. What?
I don't really know what they're talking about.
We were being homophobic. I didn't even know he was gay.
Don't know. I know.
Is some-
We know literally nothing
What?
about your band. So this is the first time we've ever heard you, and we're just giving an opinion of your music. I don't know how
I don't
homophobia
know how
came
that
into
came
this
out of
at all.
here.
So if you're still listening, if you want to talk about it, in
Is it because you
DMs,
said you didn't want to hear about his kinks? Like, that's not homophobic. I don't want to hear about anybody's kink. I don't care what.
if you're
I don't
talking
care
about
if you're
your
gay,
sexual-
straight, whatever. I don't care. I don't want to hear. I mean, I assume that's what you
it
meant.
literally has nothing to do with that. I was just talking about the things you lyrically said on the song. Like, I just didn't want to hear about anyone's kinks at all. So if you're still here listening, we could talk about it in DMs afterwards if you have some issue with it. But yeah, I just thought I'd address that real quick because I thought that was wrong of them.
For
So
not being homophobic.
no, not at all. Which is I don't know how they got that at all.
What
All right.
the fuck?
Well, we must talk about 7 Bass / Lorne instrumental. Noah, start us off.
Well, got a little caught up in that.
I just saw that. I was like, okay.
I enjoyed it. It just, I think that the vocals and I feel like having vocals and allows you to kind of go lighter at some points, which allows you to do better with the builds. So I think I've enjoyed a lot of the previous songs a bit more, but I do think the song was good. I did enjoy it. I'm curious if this is all one person and if they're actually playing all these instruments or how much of it's like electronic or MIDI. That was a good song. I'd give that a 7.5.
Well, first instrumental only song. I've been a kind of it's been straight up not enjoying the vocals or the lyrics so far, and I'll say this, without that, I think this song or this album would probably have been a little bit better so far. I think we're halfway through now. It's a 10-song album. I enjoyed this. I wish there had been more of a progression / a peak or just a general progression throughout the song like there has been on some of the previous songs. I think, Noah, you said the reason you were leaning to that is because there was no vocals, so they couldn't have a growth sort of way through it. But I mean, there's plenty of post-rock bands that do progression songs without any vocals at all. Godspeed does it all the time.
Yeah, but that's like really advanced shit.
Okay.
Especially,
I'm just stating that I felt like there could have been some type of progression in the song that would have helped keep the interest moving along. That being said, I did think the instrumentals were good. I've been complimenting the production of the whole album. I will give this I'll give this a 7. Cool.
I mean, yeah, it was a cool instrumental. I don't think it hit some of the peaks that we've had instrumentally on other songs. But it was still pretty well written, and the performances were all there. They were all solid. I'll throw it a 6.5 to a 7.
6.5 to a 7. All right, what did chat think? Let's see. This music is so much better without the vocalist. Field. All right, let's calm down about the vocalist. We know we don't like or some of us, Noah likes it. Some people do, some people don't. It's really just an opinion at this point. 9 out of 10 from AT Field. Wow. 7 bass in Lorne. 8.9. I liked it. Favorite track so far. Okay. Getting back into it with an 8.5 from Hugo.
Yeah, it's a good tune.
Indeed. Yeah, guys, honestly, we're not going to bring up this is the Glasshouse anymore. Anything, if they want to talk to us, we can talk to them after stream. But outside of that, we're just going to listen to the rest of the album and rank it all. All right, up next, Two-Headed Calf. Ooh. What is this up lyrics?
Work so far.
I like the repeated melody, personally, instrumental wise.
But tonight he's alive and in the north field with his mother. Into the sky, there are twice as many stars as usual.
There's a guitar song for you.
That's a wild one. What in the Nickelodeon is this?
Okay.
That was like a Nickelodeon Disney Channel little.
What?
You know when they do
I'm not
those
getting
little,
that.
like advertisements, like 5-second advertisements for their channel? Sounds exactly like that for a second. Okay, that's two-headed calf.
Oh, that was a shorter one.
It was only 3.5 minutes. I'd like to start. I was reading in chat. Apparently, this is the actual. There was a poem called "Two-Headed Calf" that these lyrics are directly from. So this is actually just a poem that the guy read off, which is I mean, I don't know how many times that's happened in post rock, but that's kind of unique. I would say the best part about this is by far the instrumental. I mean, it had a great guitar melody. I like the start of the song a ton. I like the repeating bass line over and over. I thought that was really good. And that guitar tone at the very end was really cool. In addition, sort of definitely a new sounding instrumental that they have. Is this the shortest song? Maybe not the shortest. One of the shortest songs on the album.
So far.
Okay, so one of the shortest songs on the album. I enjoyed the slight progression here. Still don't love the spoken word aspect of it, but definitely going to get my highest rating. I think a 7.5 to an 8. Noah.
I thought that they laid down a good groove on this one. I don't know if it's multiple people or one person,
I don't know.
but they laid down a good groove. I was a big fan of the bass. Guitar work was really cool over the whole song, over the rhythm section. It wasn't very rhythmic, like it was on time, but like it
Rhythm
wasn't-
section was very
It was
rhythmic.
it was unusual, and I enjoyed it a lot. The tones on the song are pretty crazy at some points. Big fan of that. I'd give that an 8.
Cole.
I mean, outside of not being crazy about the vocal style or the lyricism, I thought the instrumental was really cool. Really liked the guitar tone. At least one of the guitars that came in had a really cool tone to it. Outside of that, it wasn't the most memorable thing I've ever heard, but it was still pretty solid. Probably throw it a 6.5.
6.5. All right, chat. Let's see. Instrument still is decent from Isuru. AT Field gives it a 9 out of 10. Spacco Sacco Smacco says nice. Welcome, Spacco Sacco Smacco. What a wild name. Isuru gives it a 6. Favorite so far from Anatoly. Rickster gave it a 5, but he did like it. Spacco gives it 8 or 9. 6 from Pinsticker. Vocal is nicely well done in the mix. Hugo says, we're really lifting off now. Really nice way to turn a great poem into lyrics and fantastic song. A 9 out of 10. Hugo, you have been a big fan from the beginning, which makes sense. You did request this one, so fair enough. Okay, boys, time for the best song of 2024.
Wow.
That's a bold statement.
We're about to
Title
peak.
track. This is the
I'm here
best
for
song
it.
of 2024.
Over
Woo!
Breaking Inertia.
Over House
Over-
Man at the Garden.
Over Child of Mine.
Over the
Wild.
magician. Okay, anyway, I wanted to add in.
What's up,
But no,
Age? Next one's your favorite too? All right, well, high expectations going into the title track. 9.5 minutes. Oh boy.
I'm ready for some Noah core shit.
I'm praying no spoken word so I don't dislike it. I'm praying no spoken word. Fingers crossed.
I was there, I was years before you were born.
Is this the same guy?
There to put it all in
Yeah.
line. Take your time, this place doesn't mind.
I don't know about that.
Live the rest of your life, heedless of what you find.
This one fucks so hard. A lot of hype coming into this. It's a very weirdly mixed song so far.
When I saw you there in her arms, in the hospital, unwashed and asleep for the first time, something in the way you were made it so. Never cutting loose, never leave, never go. And I was there, I was on your mind when you left for the first time in sutured city lights. And though you hide, this place doesn't lie. You can't leave it behind for what you can't deny. Leaving what you yearn, pining for return, reaching like the arm, piercing where you are. When I saw you there lying down on a fallen bed, undone and alone for the first time, something in the way you cry for return of the winter, torn like the pulse of the heart of the cold.
Sounds like a Black Country New Road singer. Noah, do you agree?
I mean, a little bit. I could definitely.
At what point do BC and R type vocals border on musical theater?
That's a good question. I've thought of that before.
They're a little too.
I feel like they stress their vocals so much to sound like they're singing and
Putting
talking.
emotion into it, man.
But it's like they're trying to sound like they're singing and talking at the same time. It's like they strip melody out of it. It's very weird.
I'm not getting that.
These type of vocals sound so. Oh boy, I just had the word that I lost. It son of a bitch.
I'm liking this build.
These type of vocals and BCNR vocals don't feel rehearsed, I guess, or like practiced. They feel just like instinctive, but like musical theater stuff sounds, if anything, overly rehearsed and annoying.
You mean like single take shit?
Yeah, like I wouldn't imagine that, you know, on a song like Basketball Shoes, or what's the song before Basketball Shoes, Noah? Snow Globes? Yeah, like the vocals on that, they just feel so off the wall and just like raw and, you know.
Natural.
Yeah, and then like musical theater stuff is just like, you know, boring and rehearsed to death and has no emotion in it.
This build. See where it goes, but
Nobody screams in musical theater. They don't have the balls to do it.
That is true.
They don't have the guts. They don't have the ability. And they don't have anything.
Oh,
Fight me. You wouldn't dare because you're a theater kid. I don't know what I'm talking
the world. Earth. What instrument? I swear it's a fiddle or something.
Maybe it's just a violin. Maybe it's
Grooving
cello.
though. Keyboard lick under it goes kind of hard.
This is one of the weirdest groovy songs I have ever heard.
It's really good. I think I've gone so far. Okay.
No, I meant a fiddle. I thought it sounded more like a fiddle than a violin. Okay. Never mind. You baited me. Good job. They basically are. One sounds slightly different though. That's a way of describing age. I have never heard anything like this before. Like something jungly to this beat, but it's not fully going into that. Horns have been crazy this album. Ooh. Those drums kicked ass at the end. All right, that was the title track 867. There we go. Cole, lead us off.
Well, I can't say that I agree with the claim of best song
No.
of 2024. I can't go that far, but it was good. I enjoyed it for the most part. Cool instrumental. He sung probably the best he had sung on this album, I would say. You know, I don't think all of the movements were super interesting to me. 9.5 minutes did feel a little long for this, but I thought it was solid. I thought he did a good job. I'll throw it a 7.5.
Okay, Noah.
I will agree that I think this probably was the best vocal performance so far in the album. It's a lot more, like, vocally, sounded a lot more firm, less shaky, sounded stronger. I agree that was probably a little too long. And I'm just really curious as if to how much of this is the instruments are MIDI, or if he's like actually playing all this. Because if he's playing all this, it's pretty fucking crazy. But the synth like beat that they had going, or melody, was really good. I think it created a really good groove for everything to solo over. I'd say that was the best song on the album so far. I'd go 8.5.
Yeah, interesting song. Super. I definitely, if you had to pick the best vocal performance, it would definitely be this one. He actually sounded like he was wasn't, to me, it wasn't stressing the vocals to make it fit into the, like, I guess, poetic atmosphere that he was doing in the first half of the album. Like the lyrics probably more than any other lyrics so far in the album. And I would say that the best part about this was definitely just the instrumental peak, and that the flowing of the melody throughout it was just very, it had this jungle sort of beat to it, but it also had horns coming, it had violins coming, it had all sorts of instruments in and out all the time throughout the entire song, that added little builds and peaks that they would bring in and then pop out, bring in, pop out, which is really cool, and it's a unique way of doing it. Certainly not my favorite style of music, but if you're into this, you probably love this. This is like, definitely I think someone put it best when they said something I've never really heard before. I don't know if I entirely agree. It sort of started like that with a very unique, like, I guess, very monotone, flat way, and then just a boom, instant into like this jungly, fast-paced beat, which was cool. I'm gonna go 7.5 to an 8. Very, very unique title song, a very unique title track, and a very unique song right there. Okay, let's see. Again, a BCNR comparison, but this is like instrumental, but also not too derivative. From Anatoly, a souped up samba. Samba, that's a good word to describe it, actually. 9.5, 10 from A2 Field. Also out shots fired from the band's Twitter. Whatever. They're not happy with us. We can't do anything about it. 867 over 953 or under 953. Is that the over or the under? No, that's the under. What's 953? Anyone know that?
Oh, Black Midi.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh yeah, that is.
I'm taking 953.
Okay.
I love that song.
Spocko gives it a 9 out of 10. Pen sticker 5, didn't float my boat. Credits are on the artist Bandcamp, I think. Yeah, we should at the beginning. The Bandcamp has like 21 people in the instrument playing. Jeez. Wow, a lot of people. Both builds on the song are fucking incredible, though I prefer the first one. It is amazingly composed. His vocals actually fit the song perfectly. Pretty sure there's a bunch of university students playing all of that. Well, that would have been really impressive for one person to put together. I'll give that. So that's, I mean, if they got a bunch of university students put together, that's pretty cool. Best song on the album easily. Probably. We'll have to see how the rest of the album finishes, but probably. I want to give this a 10 so bad. My only complaint is I wish the explosion on the second build was even louder. I just wish there was more of a build and a drop, like more of a progression that just ended with a very big, strong finish. That would have been really cool. It's basically prog rock. I don't know if I would have called that prog rock. Would you know, Cole?
No.
I would have definitely called that more post rock, for sure.
Well, it has a certain sound to it that does not have.
You're pretty sure it's all live, Hugo? Well, maybe. That's it's impressive. Okay. All right, up next we have Old George. 10.5 minutes. Damn, I did not realize how long these songs were.
I know you're not big on the mouth noises.
No, I'm not at all.
What you did for me.
You could back up a little bit.
Oh boy. I hope this doesn't happen for all 10 minutes of this song.
He was auctioning 7 miles south of the city. A mare, 3 milch cows, 5 geldings. Up on
This is hard to get through.
He was riding at night.
Is someone just doing dishes in the back?
Sounds like you
What is
recorded
that
like
noise?
a cafeteria.
He was
What is
I'm
teaching
fucking with it.
Bizarre.
It's because, like, I think without that, this song would sound a lot more empty, I guess.
in the desolate,
It would not sound empty without that at all. Okay. Oh.
Old Georgie. Went to Humboldt today to buy 2,000.
The clanging in the background is
Awful. I hate it. I hate
not.
it.
It's being a bit excessive.
I don't mind it until it gets a little too loud.
It's really loud.
Yeah.
Hi, Cosmo.
I just feel like it's so distracting.
It's extremely distracting. And it's so much louder than anything else.
Okay, now we're going overboard.
It's like 4 minutes. I don't have to go overboard.
I mean, it was already getting on me, but now it's like, wow, this is a lot.
I'm trying to figure out what it means. I'm not succeeding. I didn't mean to do it like I did, I'm sorry. Gotta admit, I'm a little bit confused.
Okay.
Dear everybody, I've just dismissed the class and I'll try to take it easy for a while. I'm getting along all right so far. Getting used to the country out here with nothing to do but read and work. Yesterday, not mentioning today also, I was rather muddled up. Not so much with the upper grades as with the beginners, as the school library doesn't have a guidebook, which is necessary for teaching a grade 1 reading. So
So far, there are 34 pupils, including 6 beginners. The others might come later on, some on Monday. My batching isn't so hard, but I've managed to get along. I bought 5 pounds of ham from Kuznowski's and a few other things that keep me going. Tomorrow I'm going into town to see Mr. Murphy and to get books for the pupils. How is everything at home? Finished with haying or not? Kuznowski's moving all the baled cut and crop for feed. He has about 50 head for the winter and is short on hay and oats. I met the trustees the first day after school. They had their meeting in the teacherage and they seemed alright. One of them gave me some advice, and that is, if I can't find work for the pupils, to let them outside to play ball. This will be all for now. So long, Michael.
I am really confused.
Cole's having fun. Emotionless. Not feeling a thing. Except maybe annoyance.
I don't know. A lot of clanging going around in my ears right now. I don't really know why. Going on for a while.
Feedback there. Okay, that was old George. I guess I'll start. Yeah, this is just not music I enjoy. Simple as that. There was nothing here for me whatsoever. Didn't like the clanging, didn't like the noises, didn't like the spoken letter, didn't like the build, didn't like the background slight instrumental that existed. The little plucking of the guitar strings was probably the best thing in this entire song. I really just have not enjoyed this album very much, minus a couple songs here and there. There's been a few of them that I like, maybe one or 2 or 3 here that I've enjoyed. This ain't not my style. I won't blast it too much just because it's not my style. It's not the type of music I'd listen to. So I'll give it a 4. Noah.
Oh, man. I really like some parts of this song and really dislike some other parts. Not a big fan of the clanging of things in my ear. Not a fan.
No.
But like the actual instrumental sections of the song were good. I thought they were very enjoyable. Especially the like the him reading a letter. I thought it had a really nice instrumental to it, and I thought the talking in the background was kind of relaxing, it's kind of chill. So, though I enjoy a lot of it, that and the extra noise just makes the song a lot longer too, because at some points it's just that for an extended period of time. So best I can go for is a 6.
Okay. Cole?
Yeah, I still don't really know what was trying to be accomplished with all that. Just I don't know what the sound was, but just the clanging and
It
hitting
just sounded like
plates or
dishes.
metallic noises in the background. I really don't know. I don't know what the point of it was.
I don't know.
I don't know what he was going for. And it did get pretty annoying at times. The rest of it was okay. I didn't think it was super memorable, but the rest of it didn't really bother me. I don't know, 4.5.
Yeah, just a very weird song. That's really all it is. It's certainly unique, I guess. There's definitely uniqueness to it. Not sure about the rest of it. Okay, well, I mean, it is music, James. I mean, it's just very odd music, especially from what we've had on our stream before.
I always do Icero.
That letter section was wonderful. Wish we didn't go back to the clanks, or at least made the guitar bits louder. I was not a fan of the letter section, but Noah enjoyed it, so there you go. A Spanish piece out of 10 from ATV. It's a little better than Spanish piece. A little better than that. 2 horrible. Old George deserved a better tribute pin sticker. Is Old George a poem or something? I'm assuming.
No idea.
He's been doing a lot of poem stuff, so I assume it is something like that. Spacco says, cool song and experience, but I don't feel inclined to listen to it ever again. 4 out of 10. James Diamond with a 0.5309. Hugo, I really don't know why this works so
Really
well.
specific.
Yeah, very specific. Don't know why this works so well for me. This song low-key makes me relax. You get relaxed off this? I did not
got
get
relaxed in the
relaxing
middle.
at all from that. Love the concept as well. Definitely expecting me alone though. 9 out of 10. Wow. D4C, 10 out of 10. I guess if you love it, you love it. That's all I'm gonna say. If you enjoy this, you really enjoy this. I guess that's what I'm understanding. Cole being misogynistic. Yeah, Cole, stop being misogynistic to the guy.
Never. I hate men.
Nothing relaxing me more than the sound of dishes being washed. I mean, maybe it's like a certain nostalgia feeling, I guess. Like I don't know. They're different things relax different people. That's true. All right, up next, October. How much we got left? 2 songs left. Oh, a rather short one here. Shorter, I should say. Cosmic gave it a 6. Main thing you liked about the song was it was an anxiety inducing. I mean, I definitely got anxiety from it a little bit. It's more like a pressure of like what's coming next.
Sing me a song with your head in the rain. Together alone, filling buckets of grain.
Now that is a cool little thing they just did. Floaty saxophone.
Was a circle, and I knew it then. The most beautiful person enclosed in the ring picked up the pieces lying in the weeds. Walked back to my house,
like that vocal melody or tone or whatever there. Okay.
All right.
Very
Okay.
abrupt stop right there. All right. That was October. Okay, I'll start real quick. I fuck with this for the most part. I like the instrumental. I like the saxophone was cool. It just I don't know what you call this on the technical term for this, but the way they were like vibrating the note and then floating it sort of like a and then making it come back, and then I don't know what the term is, but that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. That was I haven't heard that very much from a saxophone, which is pretty cool. Vocally, not my favorite vocalist, but we've already talked enough about that. I think lyrically this was decent. Again, it's so hard for me to judge post-rock lyrics. I never really know what they're talking about. In this song, it just, again, it's like, it just seems, I don't know what he's saying really, or what it's meant to, the purpose behind the lyrics, so it's hard to judge. Like the ending was cool. Really enjoyed the way I think that was probably honestly the way he was like harmonizing at the end, just like the harmonizations he was making at the very end. That was probably the best vocal performance I've heard from him on this album. I like that the most. 6.5 to I'm gonna just do a 6.5 to a 7. Noah.
Yeah, I would definitely consider this one of the better vocal performances on the album. God, this album's been all over the place energy-wise. I'm kind of a fan of it. Yeah, of course, this one was a bit more relaxed, minus the vocals. He was kind of going for it there, and he did good. He did better than I think he did on a decent bit of the songs here. What do I give this? I'll go with a 7.5.
Okay, cool. Type of
There
we go.
Yeah, I thought this one was pretty solid. Instrumentally at the end, it got very, very indie rock-esque. At least I thought it did. I thought lyrically it was better than it usually is. And vocally he was pretty solid. Overall, I think I'll give it a 7.
All right. I think we have made it to the final song on the Glasshouse album 867, which is Robinson. Ooh.
No, we have not done any U2 albums.
We have not. That's a very stringy guitar sound.
Wraps the left side of his face. His fiddle hangs by a neck in the furthest corner of the room. Doesn't want to be played, so it isn't. On the other side, he sits not needing to do anything, and nothing needed doing, and the world kept spinning. This is when the earth suspends you, all still. Stronger now, curtain rods knock his bed frame. In 2009, the top Billboard song is Poker Face, and downstairs someone speaks loudly on the phone of bush parties and friends coming home. Mountain looks down at the house built through iteration, moving out in all directions every time a baby was born there, bearing witness to the ways that human life will change its landscape. Radical, but quite unpermanent. This is the place where Fabian parents divorced, they packed up and moved out. Lived in town for a few years before school began, when he left for Montreal and became a biochemist. And I saw him last summer underneath the gazebo, and he was watching his kids run around, sitting with his wife and laughing, and I'm thinking about what he would have now if he had stayed. Would things still have turned out this way? You know better now, and still clear in your mind. A house too, already lived in by long, unpresent children who you saw pass through it and become the men their father sculpted them to be. Youth folded up and packed into its box. And now unseen in the dark on late New Year's Eve, 6 conjoined twin rooms where you heard 4 kids cautiously touching and passed out and through the window on that black and fruitless night. The moon cast itself across a field of buried dandelions, shouting something of old springs before long darkness came for them lying beneath friends and family surrounding violent coarse flame that burned next to a barn that pulsed all light and sound against pitched canvas, one moving far faster than the other. And this is how our 2014 was brought in. Foreshadows our longest one night and year quietly reverses itself again, and just enough to begin where they had once both started, and few resolutions are made. And this is the place where the twins grew up, and when it was time to leave home and go south, they packed up and moved out to the house one door down of their own childhood home, a building vacant of history, or at least one I'll ever know. And one night they ran over their deaf-blind dog in the driveway, and we watched her sister mourn deeply for the rest of her few days. And years later I would learn to play the 100-year-old piano said to come over a mountain.
Put it out, Cole.
What?
I don't have any comment. Funny.
It's your house now, but it remains unknown. Its origin only seen from old 8mm tapes from your dad, built on his own with a pocket calculator and ambition, and a frying pan, a tractor, and the goodwill of his neighbors, and a few dozen trees. In 04 and 03, a few dozen clicks out of the city. This place has history, although you couldn't see it. Received only by living here and in small parts anecdotally.
Wow, this is some Spider-Man. This is some Spider-Man.
This is the most borderline spoken word I've ever heard in my life.
Swiftly and completely by what has, and will always make this place like the thunder that shocks dread through spines in summer weather, but still captivates completely.
I'm not crazy on him like gasping for breath and like
Letting his last breath go into the sky like the rest of him, and exist only as a thought, as a feeling, as a reflection, like Harvey, Dennis, and Beth, and Nicole, and all of them. This is the place where I grew up, and although the dream is ending, its roots are growing stuck, and I like to say that I'm not
I'd like to know what indie artists' obsession with their hometowns are.
So say goodbye to nothing and
Something to talk
everything,
about.
goodbye to chewing pets and school buses and falling train houses. Goodbye to guiltless do-nothing days I used to spend my youth
Rappers do it
needing
too.
it. Goodbye to these songs not mattering.
Yeah, but every indie artist's hometown is just like the most normal suburban neighborhood place ever. They're like, I don't know, they always just write some song about it.
Here's the thing. I hate spoken word, I've admitted it, but for some reason, this spoken word, the way he was doing it, blended with the instrumental in a way that almost worked, really. He is definitely not rapping. Yes, ATK. That was way closer to singing than some of the more spoken word songs we had on air. Or true spoken words, I should say. All right. I think that was
And
the
that's
end
it.
of Robinson
That's the
and end of 867. Noah, you started. You can finish, brother.
Okay. Now this, at least some of the guitar work in this was a little Midwest emo. Like I think of like
Is that
some
a
American
known?
football.
Is that like a known genre or subgenre, I should say?
It's a indie head genre.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know if that person just on
a
Reddit.
music
I didn't know if
genre.
that person on Reddit just completely made it up or not. All right. Sorry,
Yeah,
continue.
like there's some guitar lines on it remind me a lot of that. I thought the storytelling here was more easy to like
There's a
hold on
theme.
to and pay attention to. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
yeah, it's much more driven in one place. Yeah, the spoken word, I mean, I've been a fan of it. But I think it definitely worked better on this song more than some of the other ones.
For sure.
I think this was a pretty good way to close out the album. I will give that an 8.
All right. Yeah. Same thing I said. I mean, the spoken word here, I hate usually, and I've complained about it already in this album. But something about this, the way he did it, the way the instrumental was, the more maybe it was just a little bit more of an amplification on the spoken word here, and less poem driven and more just like emotion driven spoken word led it to work better. I guess that's really the only way I can think of that it actually fit into this more. I completely agree. I think the lyrics actually had a theme here. You could, like Cole said, he was talking about his hometown and the things that he's experienced in his hometown and what it was that he went through, I guess. Instrumental was okay, not the best on this album. It was very fit the theme of this album very well. This definitely fit the theme. This whole song fit the theme of this album very well. And the genre, for sure. I will give it a 7. Cole.
Yeah, I thought the instrumental was pretty good. Although I didn't love the tone of every instrument that was going on, that was playing.
The string pulling on the guitar got really irritating after a while for me.
Sliding.
Yeah, the sliding, sorry. That was just like, it was like every
Well,
few
it's
seconds.
authentic. It's authentic.
Yeah, but maybe it shouldn't have been.
What do you mean it shouldn't have been?
What
It's
I mean
part of
is like,
playing a guitar.
sure, it could be, but not everyone who plays a guitar has a shing, shing every 5 seconds they do it.
Well, yeah, it's based on your proficiency, I guess, but still.
I'm just
I mean, it's
saying,
part of playing an instrument, man.
after 5.5 minutes of hearing that, it gets a little irritating. Sorry, Cole,
Didn't even
I
notice it.
completely took over your thing. I apologize, Cole. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, very similar to the entire album. I wasn't crazy about the lyrics. I don't know. They're kind of just r/I'm 14 and this is deep to me. And a little, Midwest emo, which is not a genre of music that I like, even though it is one of the bigger music nerd genres. I think it's really corny sometimes. But outside of that, I thought it was fine. I'll throw it a 6.5.
6.5. All right, let's see what chat thought. We had 9 out of 10 from AT Field, big fan. 7.5 from Pin Sticker, which was the best song on the album. Wow. 5.5 from Icy Roo. Where do you find this stuff? Well, this was an album request. Oh, okay. Brickster got it ahead of time. There you go. And 11 from Cosmic, considering it was the best out of all of them. She heard. Okay. There we go. Great finish to the album, but the regrets are killing me. 8.5 to 9. I don't know what that means by regrets, but Okay. All right. Final rankings time. Please stop
It's
calling it
okay that
Midwest
you were
emo.
a little late, Eep. It's
It's-
fine. We understand. We're late all the fucking time for these streams, so don't worry about it.
That's true. I don't know what you mean, Pikachu by Midwest emo. That was what somebody on Reddit called this, so that's just
It has some of those vibes to it, so
the subgenre. We saw somebody on Reddit call it, and apparently it's got the vibes of. I don't know what Midwest emo is, so if that's what that is, then that's what that is. Clearly Canadian. All right, it's final rankings time. Let's do this real quick. Noah, start us out. If you've never been here before, we rank our top 3 of the album, get the album a 1 to 10 ranking, and then we give our final thoughts. Noah.
I'll go January at 3, Streetlight by Streetlight at 2, and 867 at 1. Instrumentally, I thought this album was pretty damn good. I think the first half of the album probably better than the second half, at least when it comes to the ideas that were being done. At least it was more my taste. But overall, I think it's a pretty solid record all around. I would give it a 7.5 to an 8. Probably 8.
Okay. All right. My top 3 will be. Let's see. Yeah, I guess it's just maybe in the middle that got me all good. All right, so I'll go number 3, 7 bass / Lorne. 2 will be 867, and 1 will be Two-Headed Calf. Yeah, I mentioned it at the start, and then about halfway through. It's not really my genre of music that I enjoy. Never has been. That being said, there are some really good bands out there that do this type of stuff. I thought the album as a whole was a lot of unique things. There's a lot of stuff I don't like. I don't like spoken word. I don't like how I know you said authentic. I think raw, maybe another word for it as well. It was super raw at some aspects. I didn't like the times that it was very close to the mic and you could hear like every and every lip moving and all that. It just bothers me. Then again, there were some good things. The instrumentals for the most part were fairly good throughout the album. They were definitely carrying a lot of these songs. And as not a fan of I, as the vocals were, the instrumentals definitely helped this album along progress. I will give this a 6.5. Cole.
I mean, yeah, instrumentally, I really don't have many complaints. I thought there was some really, really cool stuff going on, some cool tones. I mean, outside of the one song with all the clanging on it for no real reason. Like, besides that, instrumentally, it was really solid. It was well performed. It was decently well produced. There's a lot of cool guitar stuff going on, and just cool performances, good writing, well paced. Vocally, it was more so okay. You know, I don't really like I don't like spoken word in music at all, really, and there was quite a bit of that on here, which did bother me. And I can't say that I thought the lyrics were all that profound or interesting. I thought they were a little corny. But it was still solid for the most part. I don't think there's anything about it that I really hated. Just some annoyances here and there. So I'll throw it 6 to 6.5 probably overall.
6 to...
I gotta pick a top 3, don't I?
You do.
Over the 2 songs, I give a 7.5 to.
You gave a 7.5 to 867 and Before Machinery.
I'll go. Well, how many 7s did I give?
October. You gave Bass Lorne a 6.5 to a 7, and that was it. Oh, Streetlight by Streetlight, 6.5 to 7.
I'll go October 3, title track at 2, and then Before Machinery at 1.
All right.
Yeah, I did the rest of it.
Yeah, you already did. All right, well, there you have it. That was our paid album request for 867 by This the Glasshouse. Thank you guys so much for that. Thank you, Hugo, for that. Thank you all those who came out to chat for it. Appreciate it a lot. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like down below and hit subscribe. Also hit the bell to get notified when we go live. Follow us on Twitter so you can see it, and join our Discord. Links in the descriptions of all our videos and all our live streams, and we will see you guys in the next video. All right, chat. Whoops, I think I minimized the wrong thing there. Let's see, what did chat have? Hugo, number 1867, 2 Streetlight by Streetlight. God, I cannot talk today. And 3 Old George. Hugo gives the album as a whole a 9. Listening around, the vocals did give me a little this time. Listening again, the vocals did give me a little this time around, but I still think the album is amazing as full listen. Not a fan of spoken word, but here I don't mind it for some reason. Well, I feel like if you like spoken word and if you like this type of stuff, you're gonna love this album, because this is definitely right up their alley. So absolutely. Dudes, how about squeeze singles out? I have no idea what you're talking about, James Simon. Sometimes you come in here and I have no clue at all. Like I'm gonna say thank you. I really appreciate it. I think I'll get the album as a whole a 7 out of 10 from AT Field. All right, so some fans in here, some fans for sure. All right, well, appreciate you guys watching. Thank you guys coming out to the stream. Hope you guys did enjoy. We should be back with another stream either tomorrow or the next day, and that will continue our, I think we're on to Pink Floyd next, right? Yeah, Pink Floyd's up next. That will be the 4th Pink Floyd album, and we'll figure it out where we'll go from there. 6.5 to 7 from Anatoly overall. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see